the first ring is A ring, second ring is a B ring, third ring is a C ring, and the fourth one is the ring number D. Now you have to now give a number to the carbon that is situated over this nuclei, right? So start giving the number of the carbon. Just remember how I give the number of the carbon. Starting with the A ring, this is the first carbon, then the second, third, fourth, and fifth. Now see where I give the 6 number over the B ring. This 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So 2 rings are having 10 carbon, A and B. Now see where I started from my 11th number carbon over the C ring. This is the 11th carbon number, then 12, then 13, and 14, and 15, and 16, and the 17. So this is the 17 carbon. Now if you remember from my previous slide, cholesterol is a 27 carbon atom. So somehow we have to make 27 carbon. Now right now the entire 4 ring are covered and still it has a 10 carbon left. So let's give a 18th number carbon. Between C and D ring it is 18th number carbon. Between A and B ring it is 19th number carbon. Clear? Now let's give the 20th number carbon. Now this 20th number carbon will be have a start from the 17th number carbon like this. It is a 20th number carbon. Now from 20s there is a 21 number carbon. Now from the 20 again the 22 number carbon will be elongated like this. From 22 there is a 23, then 24, then 25, and 26. Clear? Now from 25th 27 carbon will also arise like this. 27 carbon. We completed the 27 carbon. So if you do not remember it, just practice it, draw 1 or 2 times. You can easily understand how this carbon atom will place. See, this is very important to understand the synthesis. Where does the actual number of this carbon will be present? Right? Now in order to synthesize a steroid hormone, we have to cut the nuclei. We have to cut the tail of the nuclei from this one, from this segment. So there is one enzyme that is used to cut between 20 and 22 carbon. That enzyme is basically the lyase. That lies the bond between 20 and 22 carbon. The name of the enzyme is 20-22 lyase enzyme. Got it? The name of the enzyme is 20-22 lyase. And the other name of the same enzyme in some book it is written as a desmolase. Now if you read the desmolase is nothing but a lyase, a cutter that cut the carbon between 20 and 22. Right? It cut the bond between 20 and 22. Now we have now if you cut down this molecule, now onwards the cholesterol that is actually 27 carbon, now we have a molecule that is 21 carbon. Right? That 21 carbon molecule is known as a pregnenolone. Got it? So in order to make pregnenolone from the cholesterol, we just lyse the bond between 20 and 22 carbon and we make pregnenolone from the cholesterol. Clear? Now inside this pregnenolone nuclei we have to add hydroxyl group of any of the carbon. Hydroxyl group means we have to add OH in this carbon, that is known as hydroxylation. So in order to make steroid hormone we have to do 2 things. Somewhere we have to do hydroxylation, we are going to add OH group somewhere, and after the formation of this hydroxylation, in somewhere we have to remove that H from this hydroxylation. So the remaining, this removal of the H is known as dehydrogenation. We have to remove the hydrogen from the hydroxylation. It is known as dehydrogenation. So the remaining portion will be look like this, double bond O. Got it? So most of the time hydroxylation is followed by dehydrogenase, or in other words, dehydrogenase is always first, hydroxylation will take place. It is not true, entirely true, but it is 90 to 95% true. So first, in order to make a steroid hormone, we have to just lyse the carbon bond between 20 and 22. We convert the cholesterol into pregnenolone. Then we get 21 carbon atom, that is pregnenolone. Inside this 21 carbon atom, somewhere we do hydroxylation, somewhere we do dehydrogenation. Let me give you an example. If you are going to hydroxylate at 11th carbon, the enzyme, it is known as 11-hydroxylase. Got it? If you are going to hydroxylate at the 11th carbon, the enzyme is known as 11-hydroxylase. And what this enzyme do? By this enzyme, there is one OH group will eventually attach to this 11th carbon. If you are going to hydroxylate at the 17th carbon, then the enzyme name is 17-hydroxylase, and eventually OH group will be attached over this 17th region. If you are removing the H from somewhere in this slide, then there is known as dehydrogenase. So if there is over the third carbon, if you remove the H, then this is known as dehydrogenase, 3-dehydrogenase. What? Now the enzyme used, it is known as 3-beta-hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase. There is a little bit of longer name, but this is just a dehydrogenase that will remove the H. So remember that whenever there is a hydroxylase, that hydroxylase will eventually add OH group, and dehydrogenase, it eventually remove the hydrogen. Got it? Now let's see how the steroid hormone synthesis will take place. In broad term, cholesterol is the 27 molecule. Now in this 27 molecule cholesterol, we are going to use mineralocorticoid in the mineralocorticoid workstation. We are going to make glucocorticoid in the glucocorticoid workstation, and we are eventually making the sex hormone. So from the cholesterol, that is 27 carbon, mineralocorticoid is the 21st carbon hormone. Same fashion, glucocorticoid is again 21 carbon hormone. It is actually asked in MCQ. Sex hormone is about 19 carbon atom. Got it? This is a 19 carbon atom. So somehow the bond between 17 and 20 carbon will be removed. So let's see how steroid hormone synthesis will take place. See this entire white slide as a one cell that will eventually synthesize the sex hormone, the steroid hormone. See in this slide, in this cell, there is a mitochondria. What is this yellow colored portion is the mitochondrial wall. This entire round structure is the mitochondria. Now the cholesterol will eventually end up inside the steroid making cell. It is maybe the glucocorticoid making cell, it may be the mineralocorticoid making cell, or it may be the sex hormone synthesis making cell. So eventually cholesterol will enter inside the cell by a receptor known as LDL receptor. Now this cholesterol right now is in the cytoplasm. It is a 27 carbon, and now this cholesterol will eventually enter inside the mitochondria by this star protein. By this star protein, cholesterol will enter inside the mitochondria. Now what is the full form of star? Star is actually the steroidogenic acute regulatory protein. Star is a full form of star, capital S, small t, capital A, capital R. The star means steroidogenic acute regulatory protein. By help of this protein, cholesterol will pump inside the mitochondria. Now inside the mitochondria, cholesterol will eventually converted into the pregnenolone via the enzyme desmolase. Now we already know what desmolase do. Desmolase cut the bond between 20 and 22 carbon. It is also known as 20 22 lyase. Now once the pregnenolone is formed, pregnenolone will eventually exit the mitochondria and enter inside the smooth endoplasmic reticulum or cytoplasm. That is not important. Just remember that pregnenolone will eventually expose to first enzyme that will dehydrogenase at the third portion or third carbon. That enzyme is known as 3-beta dehydrogenase or 3-beta hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase. Once the pregnenolone will be dehydrogenase at the third position, third carbon, you already draw the entire nucleus. Just see your painting, just see where the third nucleus of the cholesterol is present. Just remove the H and bind with double O double bond at the third portion. The molecule that you get, it is the progesterone. Again, it is 21 carbon. Now this progesterone will eventually will be made 3 different type of the hormone. This black arrow is going to made a mineralocorticoid. This orange arrow will eventually made the glucocorticoid cholesterol, and the red arrow that I shown in this slide, it make a sex hormone. Now the hormone, the cortisol and the sex hormone or androgen, they entered inside the first workstation of our factory. Inside the workstation there are 2 robotic arms. The name of that robotic arm is the 17-hydroxylase. Now what this 17-hydroxylase do? It will add one OH group at the 17th carbon. Now the hormone that the progesterone that is going to make a sex hormone, they have one more robotic arm. That name of that robotic arm is 1720 lyase. What this lyase do? It will cut the bond between 70 and 20 carbon atom. Just see your paper where you draw the cholesterol molecule. See where this lyase will take place. So what this 1720 lyase enzyme will do? First, it will make hydroxylation at the 17th position, and then it will lyse at the 1720 bond, right? So the enzyme that is present in a cell who made the sex hormone, that is adrenal androgen, have an enzyme that first hydroxylase at the 17th position, then it will lyse the 1720 bond, that is 1720 lyase. So this enzyme has a dual function. It is also known as a dual enzyme. Got it? And the actual product that we get, it is known as adrenal androgen after lysing of the bond between 17 and 20 carbon, and it is 19th carbon atom. Now this adrenal androgen will eventually go to the testis in male, obviously, and make a testosterone. How this adrenal androgen will make testosterone, that we discuss in male reproductive hormone, and this testosterone will eventually made dihydroxytestosterone, the active state of a testosterone, by the enzyme 5-alpha reductase. Got it? While on the other hand, the 17-hydroxylase enzyme that is present in the cortisol making cell has only single function, that is 17-hydroxylase. So in this workstation, the 17-hydroxylase workstation, cortisol making cell has a one function, while the same enzyme has a 2 function in sex hormone making cell, that is reticularis. Alright. Now this aldosterone making cell, see the aldosterone making or mineralocorticoid making cell and the glucocorticoid making cell, after 17 hydroxylation, the cortisol making cell will enter inside second workstation. The second workstation has again 2 robotic arm, that is 21 hydroxylase enzyme. Now what this 21 hydroxylase enzyme, see in your picture, it will hydroxylase at the 21th carbon. By hydroxylation it will add one OH group over 21 carbon. After adding this hydroxylation as 21 carbon, they go downward and having another workstation. In that workstation there are third robotic arm that having 11 hydroxylase enzyme. Right, so whatever the product get first 21 hydroxylation, then it will get 11 hydroxylation. Now after getting 11 hydroxylation, cortisol will be formed. Now if you want to make aldosterone or mineralocorticoid, this has to be passed through one more workstation. That workstation has a robotic arm known as aldosterone synthase, the enzyme known as aldosterone synthase, and it will eventually make aldosterone. Now what this aldosterone synthase do? Let me give you that thing. Aldosterone synthase is nothing but an enzyme that first hydroxylase the molecule at 18th carbon, then dehydrogenase at 18th carbon, right? So first this aldosterone synthase will add hydroxylation at 18th carbon and then remove H from this 18th carbon, and this eventually make aldosterone. So let's revise bit. Let's first follow the black arrow. From the progesterone will goes to first hydroxylation as 21 carbon, then it will hydroxylase at 11th carbon, then it will hydroxylase at 18th carbon, and then dehydrogenase at 18th carbon. If you do not want to remember that, just remember that after 11 hydroxylation there is an enzyme known as aldosterone synthase, and we eventually made aldosterone. Now just follow the orange arrow. First progesterone will enter inside first hydroxylation, that is 17th hydroxylation. After getting 17th hydroxylation, it will hydroxylase at 21st carbon, that is 21 hydroxylase. After hydroxylation of 21st carbon, it will again hydroxylase at the 11th carbon, and we get our product, that is cortisol. Now follow the red arrow. Progesterone first hydroxylase at the 17th carbon, then there is a lysis between 17th and 20th carbon atom. It is known as 17-20 lyase, and instead of 21 carbon we get 19 carbon molecule, that is adrenal androgen, and this adrenal androgen will eventually enter inside the testis and make a testosterone, and testosterone will eventually make a dihydroxy testosterone. Now let me give you one more information. The two enzyme, first is 3-beta hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase, that is written over the top, that made progesterone from pregnenolone, and the second one is 21 hydroxylase. These two enzymes are present in smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and remaining all the enzyme will be present inside the mitochondria. So it is very easy to remember in that way. Two enzyme, 3-beta hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase, that will dehydrogenase at the third carbon, and 21 hydroxylase that will add hydroxylation group at the 21st carbon. Both these enzymes will present over the mitochondria, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and remaining all the enzyme will present over the mitochondria. Got it? Now this is all about the name of the enzyme. Now what are the product they form? Let's see the name of the product. See, product that form, see, once the progesterone will end up after 17 hydroxylation, that product is known as 17 OH progesterone or 17 hydroxy progesterone. Got it? The product that is end up with once the progesterone will end or get 17 hydroxylation, this product over here is known as 17 hydroxy progesterone. Now over here, progesterone first hydroxylase at 21 carbon, that product over here it is known as 11 deoxycorticosterone. So progesterone after exposing to 21 hydroxylase, now it is known as 11 deoxycorticosterone. Now the product that is situated over here, there are no space, so I do not write it down, but remember that the name is the same. It is 11 deoxycortisol instead of corticosterone. In the aldosterone it is corticosterone, 11 deoxycorticosterone over here, while in case of the glucocorticoid or cortisol over here it is 11 deoxycortisol. Now over here after 11 hydroxylation, that product is known as cortisone. corticosterone, and over here it is known as cortisone. After that, cortisol will formed. After 11 hydroxylation, the product is known as cortisol, while in case of the aldosterone, it is known as corticosterone. That's it. Now, I deliberately make a mistake over here that if you want to adrenal androgen, then you do not require progesterone. This pregnenolone itself entered inside this tunnel, inside this workstation. This pregnenolone will get 17 hydroxylation, then 17 lyase and make adrenal androgen. Now this adrenal androgen then get beta hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase. It remove the H group from the third position. It will make the testosterone. But to make you understand simple manner, I draw this type of figure. This type of figure is also true. But remember that in some book, instead of progesterone, they make this entire sequence of event by hydroxylation at the 17th carbon of pregnenolone. Both are true. Now let's understand mineralocorticoid. Let's summarize and write it down how the mineralocorticoid will be formed. So cholesterol molecule first get cut down between 20 and 22 desmolase or 20-22 lyase and make pregnenolone like this. This is the cholesterol molecule having 27 carbon, and this desmolase or 22 to 20 lyase will lyse this side 6 carbon side chain, and we get this molecule. That molecule is known as pregnenolone, having a double O bond over here. After we get pregnenolone will dehydrogenase at the third position and make progesterone. So this is the molecule of progesterone. See over the third carbon, see inside your drawing. This is the third carbon of the cholesterol molecule, and over here there is OH group attached to it. Now it remove the H, and now after dehydrogenase it will be look like this double bond O. Now this molecule is progesterone. After that it will enter inside 21 hydroxylase, and this 21 hydroxylase will add hydroxylation at 21st carbon. This one is the 21st carbon. Over that there is a hydroxylation occur, and the molecule is known as 11-DOC or 11-deoxycorticosterone. After that there is a 11 hydroxylation occur. It exposed to the enzyme known as 11 hydroxylase. It will do hydroxylation at the 11th carbon. This one is the 11th carbon. The hydroxylation will take place. See, this thing is not important to you guys, but this is important to understand the comprehensive understanding how the mineralocorticoids will be formed. It is not even asked in exam. Now this eventually it make a corticosterone. Now after that there is a aldosterone synthase. Now what aldosterone synthase do? It will first do the hydroxylation at the 18th carbon and then dehydrogenase at the 18th carbon. So it will eventually make the aldosterone. Right, so let me give you that particular segment of aldosterone synthase portion. The corticosterone first exposed to 11 hydroxylase, it make 18 hydroxycorticosterone, then it get oxidase, it will remove the H and make a aldosterone. Now synthesis of the glucocorticoid, it is more or like same as the mineralocorticoid in the first few steps. Cholesterol will expose to the enzyme desmolase, they make a pregnenolone. Then pregnenolone will expose to the 3-beta hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase and make a progesterone like this. After that progesterone will expose to the 17th hydroxylation. This is the progesterone molecule. It will expose to the 17th hydroxylation. See, this one is the 17th carbon. This OH group will be added over the 17th carbon. After getting hydroxylation at the 17th carbon, it is known as 17th hydroxyprogesterone. Now this 17th hydroxyprogesterone will eventually end up making cortisol. How? See this diagram. First 17th OH progesterone will get hydroxylated at 21st carbon, that is 21st carbon, 21 carbon. you get hydroxylated and make a product named as 11-deoxycortisol. Now 11-deoxycortisol get hydroxylated at 11th carbon over here and make cortisol, and we get our cortisol. This is how the synthesis of the glucocorticoid will take place. Now the remaining one is the synthesis of androgen. Now how the androgen will be formed? As we know, the initial steps of the hormone synthesis are the same. First, cholesterol get lyased at 20-22 lyase by desmolase enzyme and pregnenolone will be formed. Now here's the thing. Instead of making progesterone, this pregnenolone first enter inside 17 hydroxylase, and this pregnenolone get hydroxylated at the 17th carbon and make 17 hydroxypregnenolone like this, right? And this 17 hydroxypregnenolone will end up getting lyased at this bond, or the bond between 17th and 20th carbon, and it make dihydroepiandrosterone. Got it? Now instead of getting dehydrogenase at first, it will dehydrogenase now, and it will make androsterone. Now see, the third carbon get dehydrogenase, and from dehydroepiandrosterone we get our androstenedione. Got it? This is the synthesis of the androgen. That's it for our today's lecture. In next lecture we are going to understand the